This is Mr. Stumbaugh with Chapter 7, Lesson 6, Multiplying a Polynomial by a Monomial. And I have a quick little example here. You will have a monomial outside of the parentheses, and inside of the parentheses, you'll have a polynomial, which is two or more monomials added or subtracted together. This lesson is very similar to Chapter 1, Lesson 4. So at this point, you should probably go back and watch that video real quick, or at least the part about distributive property, because we're basically using distributive property when we are working with polynomials and monomials. Our first example, negative 3x squared, and then in parentheses, so multiplied by 7x squared minus x plus 4. Now make sure you have this in standard form. It will help. Okay. Most of them, I believe, are, but if they aren't, make sure you put them in exponent order, 2, 1, 0. Color-coded, I have this for you. We're distributing negative 3x squared as a whole to all three of these pieces here inside, this trinomial right here. So, we have negative 3x squared, follow the red, times 7x squared right here. Follow the green, negative 3x squared times negative x. Just go ahead and take that subtraction sign with that, make it negative x. And then follow the blue, negative 3x squared times 4, or positive 4. So we have rewritten out everything multiplied here. We have distributed. Now, all we got to do is some quick multiplication. Negative 3 times 7, that's negative 21. And x squared times x squared, 2 plus 2 gives us 4. So negative 21x to the 4th for the red. In green, negative 3x squared times negative x. So negative 3 times negative 1 gives us positive 3. X squared times x, 2 plus 1 gives us 3. So 3x cubed. And in blue, negative 3x squared times 4. So negative 3 times 4 gives us negative 12. And we don't have any x's to multiply by, so this x squared comes down. In this case, we don't have to simplify, because those are the only terms we have. So our answer, negative 21x to the 4th plus 3x cubed minus 12x squared. On this one, we basically have two of these that we're going to have to simplify together. So over here we have 2p times the quantity negative 4p squared plus 5p, and then subtract 5 times 2p squared plus 20. Starting over here in red, 2p times negative 4p squared, 2 times negative 4, negative 8, and then p times p squared, 1 plus 2 gives us p cubed. Then we have 2p times 5p. 2 times 5 is 10. P to the first times 2p to the first, 1 plus 1 gives us p squared. Now this subtraction sign, just take it with that number, treat that as negative 5. So negative 5 times 2p squared, negative 5 times 2, negative 10. We don't have any other variables, so p squared just comes down here. Negative 5 times 20, negative 100. So you see we have positive 10p squared and negative 10p squared. They're like terms because we have the same variable to the same exponent. We can combine them. So this is just adding and subtracting. Positive 10p squared minus 10p squared. That's just 0. So in this case, that disappears. Had this been a 9 or maybe some other number, you'd be left with something p squared to put here in the middle. But it's 0 in this case, so we have negative 8p cubed minus 100. And most of your homework will look like these. However, in the workbook, and some of the problems that we didn't give you in the book that we might add later, I don't know, you'll need to know this, because you will see an equal sign, and there will be some polynomial, monomial multiplying on both sides of the equal sign. Well, we know how to simplify. That's what we've been doing. Both of these, we don't have an equal sign for. We just simplified. Okay? And over here, we just simplified. You see an equal sign, you can solve and get a number. So in this case, we have u times quantity u minus 5 plus 8u equals u times the quantity u plus 2 minus 4. We distribute this u, not the 8u and not the negative 4 or minus 4. We distribute this u. U times u squared. U times negative 5, it's just negative 5u plus 8u, that goes down here. In green, u times u squared. U times 2, 2u, and then minus 4 comes down here. Let's scroll down a little bit. We have the same variable written differently. My bad. That should have a little tail on it. Same variable to the same power. We can combine those. So addition or subtraction. In this case, negative 5 plus 8 is positive 3. So now we have positive 3u. And so u squared plus 3u equals, still nothing changed over here, u squared plus 2u minus 4. Most of your stuff, these u squares, and if you get u cubed or something like that, they will generally cancel out at this point because we haven't dealt with how to get rid of that if we need to. So we just subtract. Let's subtract this u squared from both sides. Well, when you subtract u squared from both sides, they both become 0 and cancel out. So 3u comes down here, and then 2u minus 4. We have a variable on both sides. We move the smaller variable. This is positive 2u, so we subtract 2u from both sides. Subtract 2u. 3 minus 2, that just leaves us 1. So u equals our lone number over here, 4. So u equals 4. So when you plug 4 back into this, actually back into the original equation, every time you see a u, if you put a 4, it will come out equaling itself. So whatever number you get will equal the same number over here. Homework, page 441. And 2 through 30 evens, and on workbook page 100 we'll do all of those. And hope you're having a good weekend. See you on Monday.